So I did my presentation on the continuous glucose monitor, which is also known as CGM. What is it? So it's a wearable device that you can put on either your arm or your abdomen that tracks your blood sugar levels 24/7, and it measures the glucose in your interstitial fluid, which is under your skin. A small sensor is inserted under the skin and measures the glucose in this fluid to provide you readings, which then it sends that data to a smartphone or receiver. And this is really good because it replaces fingerstick testing, where you would have to prick your finger to be able to test the blood that comes out. And so this way users can see their glucose trends in real time, and they can get alerts when their levels get too high or too low. Why it's needed. So traditional glucose meters required multiple daily finger pricks, and would only give a single reading at a time. And so many people struggled to prevent hypoglycemia, which is low sugar, or hyperglycemia, which is high sugar. And so these fluctuations would increase risk for heart disease, nerve damage, kidney failure, and blindness. And it was hard for patients to catch dangerous highs and lows in time. And so patients needed a system that offered continuous data and better diabetes control. How does it work? So a tiny sensor is inserted under your skin using a tiny painless filament, which you can see in the picture below. And so the filament detects glucose molecules in the interstitial fluid and converts the signal into a digital reading. And the data from this is sent every few minutes via Bluetooth to either your phone or smartwatch or the receiver. And since the data is sent every few minutes, this helps prevent medical emergencies, which also the device can track how food, exercise, and insulin affects your levels. And most sensors need to be replaced every 7 to 14 days, but it also depends on the brand that you have. History. So in 1970, researchers began experimenting with glucose oxidase-based sensors, and then in 1999, the FDA approved the first commercial CGM, which was developed by MiniMed, but later acquired by Medtronic. And then 2000s to 2020s, advancements in microelectronics, wireless communication, and biosensors improved the accuracy and comfort of the devices. And then today, the models are now more smaller, they're waterproof, and require no calibration, and some are now integrated into something called an artificial pancreas system, which automatically adjusts insulin delivery. And then FDA approval and challenges. So the devices must meet strict FDA standards for safety and accuracy, and so the manufacturers had to improve clinical benefits such as better glucose control and fewer hospitalizations. And over time, the calibration requirements reduced, and then it was approved for type 1 and insulin-treated type 2 diabetes. And key clinical trials proved that CGMs improve A1C levels, reduce severe hypoglycemia, and enhance quality of life. And then the FDA also reviewed data privacy and cybersecurity because the CGMs transmit your health information wirelessly, so they had to make sure that people's health information is protected. And then Pediatric eventually approved it for children as young as 2 years old. Costs and insurance coverage. So without insurance, it would cost around $100 to $300 per month, but that depends on the brand and how frequently you would need to replace it. And there's some startup kits, which include the transmitter, sensor, and receiver, that can cost $1,000 to $2,000 initially. But Medicare, Medicaid, and most private insurers now cover CGMs for patients who use insulin multiple times a day. And then insurance companies recognize that CGMs reduce hospital admissions and ER visits, so it ultimately ends up saving money for them. And then many device makers also have patient assistance programs or copay saving cards. And then without insurance, Abbot's Freestyle Libre is very affordable, so that's around $75 per sensor. So marketplace and competition. So there's different brands for these, and Dexcom is known for accuracy, real-time alerts, and easy app integration. And then Abot Freestyle Libre. So there are no finger sticks required, and it offers cost-effective options with 14-day sensors. Medtronic Garden integrates with insulin pumps for hybrid closed-loop control, and then Eversense is the world's first implantable CGM, which lasts about 6 months. And then in 2024, the CGM global market was valued at $8 billion, and by 2030 is expected to exceed $15 billion. And so the competition from all these different brands encourages better pricing, innovation, and accessibility. Different perspectives. So for the producers/manufacturers, they compete to improve for better accuracy, comfort, and app features, and they invest heavily in research and development and partnerships with insulin pump makers. And then the payers or the insurance companies support CGMs as a cost-effective preventative tool, and the coverage has expanded as studies show improved health outcomes and fewer hospitalizations. For the providers, they appreciate the ability to monitor patients remotely and adjust treatment plans faster, and some challenges include data overload and teaching patients how to use apps and devices. And for the patients, they think that they have greater freedom, safety, and confidence in managing their diabetes, but the downsides are the cost, the adhesive irritation, and occasional signal errors. Patient experience. Many describe CGMs as life-changing because they offer peace of mind and they have fewer finger pricks. Real-time alerts can also save lives, especially overnight or during exercise, and they encourage users to see how their diet, stress, and activity affect glucose instantly. But patients must change their sensors regularly, and the adhesive rashes can occur, which can be painful. But the emotional benefit is huge, and patients feel more in control, less anxious about their condition, and like they have more freedom. Impact and future. CGMs are moving beyond diabetes care, and athletes and wellness programs use them to track energy and metabolism. Integration with smartwatches, AI, and health apps continue to expand, and researchers are developing non-invasive CGMs that don't require skin insertion. The long-term goal is personalized medicine and being able to use continuous data to prevent diseases before they develop. And the CGMs demonstrate how technology and healthcare are merging to promote proactive, data-driven care. And so, in conclusion, continuous glucose monitors have revolutionized diabetes management, improving safety and convenience for millions, and they highlight the shift towards preventative, patient-centered healthcare. While cost and access challenges remain, the benefits are still so high compared to the cons, and the ultimate goal is making CGMs accessible for all and ensuring people are treated with care and not just medication. And here's a quote that says, "Technology should empower patients to live, not just survive." And then there's my sources.